But let's cut the small talk, man. Let's get into the reason why you're here, bro. I'm not here just to look at you. Let's talk about them prices, right?
Okay.
Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It with Lex. I am so excited today because I got Lil Poppy in the stew with me today, aka Certified Clipper Boy, aka Justin. What's up?
What's good, Lex? How you doing this morning?
What it do, bro? I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed, dog. I'm just happy to be here, honestly.
Hey, bro. Me too.
Okay.
It took a little minute for us to like get on camera.
Too long, honestly.
Too long.
Well, we supposed to start at 10. It's 11:02.
Yeah. We a little late, but that's okay. That's okay. But let's get right into it. So for those who don't know, who is Lil Poppy?
So Lil Poppy is Lil Poppy. And who's behind Lil Poppy is Justin.
Right.
So Justin is Lil Poppy, but Lil Poppy's an extension to Justin, if you
Right.
will. But yeah, man, I'm Justin. I was born in New York, raised in Orlando. I'm 22 years old. I've been cutting hair for 7 years, going on 8. Back from the porch with the friends, letting me get them, $2, $5 lineups.
Yeah.
Doing what I'm doing now. So
Right. So what brought you into barbering? Because I know you said you've been doing it for 7 years, so you've been doing it since you were like 15, like a kid. So like, did you always know that you wanted to be a barber, or?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely not. So I actually, growing up, I was very like entrepreneurial mindset, if you will. Mm-hmm. I would do anything from ripping jeans for $5-10 when like the little on Instagram, bro, when they was selling the little cartoon edits.
Yeah.
I was doing that back in middle school, dog.
You was doing everything.
Yeah, I used to cut grass. I was a real Chico. Like, I used to cut grass. 30 for the front, 30 for the back.
Right.
I would bring my clothes to Plato's Closet, try to get pretty much anything. And so I didn't too much knew that I was going to be a barber, but I knew like it was like 7th grade, bro. Like, I had like firm confirmation from God that I wasn't gonna be like going to college or like
Got you.
doing a quote unquote typical
job
route, if you will.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And like what I really admire about you, just when I asked like who is Lil Poppy, you was like Lil Poppy is Justin, right? And I really admire the fact that there isn't really much differentiation between your brands and who you are, right? So like, how important do you think branding is in business?
I think it's very important. I think it's very important not to lose yourself in branding, though,
Right.
because sometimes people differentiate their brand from themselves, and like they create this whole different persona. And almost like live a lie.
Ooh.
So that people can see this like image.
Right.
But like I kind of view Lil Poppy as an extension of myself. So not necessarily creating an ego,
Right.
but creating an extended version of myself. So like my business is going to carry the same principles and values that I carry as a man.
Ooh, I wasn't expecting you to say that. So it's like you don't have like an alternate personality.
I try not to.
You just keep it authentic.
Absolutely.
So would you think like when you create a brand, you think it's like important for it to have like that authenticity aspect of it?
I think it is, personally.
Right.
I can visualize the people who like go into it with that like, oh, you got to create this different persona. I can see where they're coming from the sense that it's just like you have to be this to elevate your brand. And I can agree with that as long as it's not like you're not living a lie. Because for me personally, like I can still like, okay, I have to be this for Lil Poppy, but like it's still an extended version of who I am versus like me just selling this unauthentic version of like something else.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That's real. That's real. Because I know a lot of people, like, when they're on social media, like, their brand is totally different from who they are.
Exactly.
And sometimes it works, like, for comedians and things like that. But I think, like, when we're, like, having, like, a business, like, I don't know, barbering or podcasting or whatever it is, I think people want to know who the real you is.
Exactly.
Because when they know who the real you is, then we're able to have more of a connection. And I think, the connection is most important. So
Absolutely.
most definitely. But let's cut the small talk, man. Let's get into the reason why you're here, bro. I'm not here just to look at you. Let's talk about them prices, right?
Okay.
So if somebody was interested in booking a cut, with Lil Poppy, right?
Okay.
They go on the website and they book the cut, and then they might notice that your price range is from $55 to $65.
Correct.
Right? So if somebody were to complain about that price, how would you justify it?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't actually go and like sit there and justify my price.
Right.
Because like Walmart don't justify their milk prices.
Oh,
or their egg prices, or like Disney doesn't justify an $175 ticket. It just is what it is. And not only like, so as a barber, I've learned that like we live in a day and age where it's like I'm no longer a barber. I'm a content creator. I'm a shop cleaner. Like there's so much more behind just being a barber. And so like I don't have the time to sit here and really justify my prices. More so if you see I'm worth that value, then come shop. And if you don't, then that's okay.
Right.
And so like I wouldn't really sit there and like go back and forth, but like in the instant that like someone would, I guess, want an explanation, and in the moment if I'm feeling up to it, if you will,
right,
like it's more so it's just like it's more than just a cut at the end of the day. And also like I'm doing like premium services. You're getting a hot towel, you're getting a face massage, you're getting a cool face steamer at the end for all the bumps and the open pores under you. You know what I'm saying? To close up the pores. I'm taking the extra mile. I'm blading the entire, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I'm also investing as you as a person. Like I have a podcast called Cut Therapy for the reason of amplifying the fact that like men come to the barbershop to get a haircut, but more so they come to the barbershop to kind of like be around other men and to engage in conversation and just be in this safe space of like manly communion.
Ooh, that's deep. So it's deeper than the cut.
Absolutely.
They not just paying for the cut.
No.
Okay. So so they're also paying for the experience. So do you think those qualities of the services that you provide, is that what, differentiates you from those other barbers out there?
It does.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we sticking with the price.
Oh yeah, I'm not moving. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Right.
That's what they say, right?
No, word. No, for real.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's always going to be, somebody out there that's always going to be charging less. But, aside from you knowing the value of what you provide, I think also the things that fall into the prices that, people in the hair industry are relying on the clients is like the cost of living has raised tremendously. So how do you think the cost of living has also like affected your prices as well?
Absolutely. So I actually have some stuff written down here.
Oh, we got the facts.
Yeah, I do. So like right now we're actually living in a day and age that I call the silent depression. And it's because everybody's just calling it inflation this, inflation that. But like, it's really more than just inflation. Like there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that like, I don't like using the word average, but for societal understanding that like the average person isn't necessarily like paying attention to.
Ooh. Okay.
And so like if you compare like now to 1930, where we were in the quote unquote Great Depression, the average annual income of a person was around $4,887, which is about like $87,000 in today's money. And I don't know about you, but I don't know a lot of people making close to $90,000 a year.
Nah, not me. Yeah.
And so like it definitely has a part to do with that. I mean, personally, as far as like with personally, as far as like with actual like products for like the brand, ever since COVID, a lot of people don't understand that like most of Barber's equipment is cleaning products. I have gloves that I have to wear. I have alcohol that I have to buy. All the perfumes that I spray on clients contain alcohol and add up. I have like paper towels that I wrap around the neck, and this is considerably like paper, which was a lot of these things doubled, almost tripled in price during 2020. And so we went from paying $8 to $7 for a box of gloves to paying $20 for a box of gloves.
Dang, for a box, just one.
You feel me? Like just one.
No, that's crazy.
Containing 100, like, and thankfully the way I've set up my appointments, I cut by the hour.
Gotcha.
And so like, I don't cut nearly as many heads as someone who's charging a lesser price and pretty much slaving their life away. They're there from 7 a.m. trying to squeeze in as many heads as they can because they're at a smaller price point and they're spending more money on these products.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Dang, you educating us. That's
For
crazy.
sure.
Because a lot of us, like, I would even say, like, for me getting my hair done, well, I think it's kind of different with women because they not using cleaning products on our heads. So I still got beef with them. Like, they not using cleaning products on our heads. Like, they're not washing our hair. They not blow drying it. They just putting braids in our head and then they expect us to pay like $200.
Yeah.
But with you, I could see what like falls into that price. Like for one, it's not just, you're not just getting a haircut. Like you're getting an experience. Like it's a form of therapy for men. Like it boosts their self-esteem.
Exactly.
Right?
Self-confidence. Yes.
It boosts their self-confidence. And then you get a little hot towel on the side. And then all these other things that you add to it. And then on top of that, your personality. Because you ain't no boring barber.
No.
You not. Like I could see like they might come in like with a little frown. But by the time they leave your services, like I know like a lot of things about them is like elevated.
Yeah.
So that's good to know. So do you think like, yeah, so the cost of living has like translated over to the prices that you charge?
For sure, that has a part to do with it, but also like basic terms of business is just like supply and demand. I've been blessed enough to be like granted with the opportunity to attract new clients.
Right.
I'm also in a coaching program. Shout out Joe Thompson, coach. I'm in a coaching program where he's a barber who he scaled his business up to $200 a cut and $20K per month.
Ooh.
You feel me? And so like I'm in a coaching program where it's like I'm learning how to attract new clients. Walmart don't worry about you coming back with your $400 of groceries because they got 7 more people walking through the door. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like we're living in like a new age of like barbering,
Right.
where it's like barbers are realizing their worth, and not only realizing their worth, but they're also understanding like client flow versus client retention is more important. So how many more people can I just have coming through so that like I don't have to really worry about the 10 people I already got. I'm going to service them with the best a bit like of my abilities for sure. Like they're still important. They're not important.
Right.
But the idea of a business is to grow.
That's true. And to make a profit.
Exactly.
And it's like, how can you make a profit in today's economy if you're charging just $15 an hour?
Let's talk
like,
about it.
I will understand. Let's talk about it. I will understand if you doing like, if they come into your house, you know what I'm saying? And I could maybe understand $15 for a cut, but like the transportation getting there, the supplies,
Yeah.
like $15. And let's say you only get like 3 cuts for the day.
Yeah.
$45 a day. Like, how can you live?
How can you live?
So are you doing barbering like full time?
Full time, yes. Currently, this is my full time.
Right. So you got bills. You got bills to pay, my
I
brother.
got grown man bills. Yes.
You got I was about to say big boy grown man bills.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you got grown man bills. So of course we can't charge no $15 for a cut.
No. And I honestly like I feel bad for the community of barbers. Not feel bad. That may sound bad. But like I do wish that like the community of barbers who are charging $10, $15, $20 understands their worth, because again, we're selling confidence. We're selling the ability to feel confident during your job interview. We're selling the ability to feel confident on your date. We're selling the you see what I'm saying? We're completing the prom outfit.
Oh.
We're completing the club outfit. We're completing the Saturday Night Live outfit. Whatever it is that you got going on. We're completing I'm about to sit down in the podcast outfit.
Word.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like people like that little fitted cap ain't gonna hide the scruffiness that you got going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
No, for real.
And so like once barbers start realizing that like the community of itself is gonna start evolving drastically. And this is another reason why I'm kind of like in the forefront of this, and specifically in Orlando, Florida, is because like this is already happening everywhere else.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
So
is.
yeah, like I have clients that come down from Jersey, New York, Atlanta, LA, Chicago, some of the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, and they're like, bro, like y'all out here charging 35, 40. I'm already used to paying 60, 70, 80. And I'm like, dang, like why is such a driving community of talent and skill, and really just like, you know, like a lot of like authentic gifts out in Orlando, and we don't know how to curate them, or we don't know how to like feed each other. And so I'm just like, bro, like I'm not doing that.
For sure. So are your prices like expected to raise? Are you like comfortable, at least for right now, at this $55 to $65 price range?
Okay, so let me give some background,
okay,
if you will.
Yeah.
So I've been cutting for 7 years, and I expect to retire by year 10, because I believe God has a bigger purpose in my life than for me just being a barber.
Okay.
And so absolutely, I expect my prices to raise, and everybody who's in my chair, like they hear me talk about this, so it's like it's not anything that's unexpected.
Right.
But in that, like I said, I can't really fulfill my maximum purpose that God has intended for my life behind the chair. And so I have to elevate my business, which is just, feeding my family, paying my bills, and the thing that like I'm managing. You know what I'm saying? I'm managing God's finances, and I'm trying to elevate that so I can get to a point where I can buy myself out of the barber rat race. Oftentimes, like entrepreneurs,
Right.
there's this book called The E-Myth. And oftentimes entrepreneurs, they end up building their own 9-to-5, which is what I've created for myself.
Right.
I work 10 to 6, 5 days out of the week, and I have 2 days off. What does that sound like? That sounds like 9 to 5, 5 days out of the week with 2 days off.
I was going to say slavery, but never mind.
Let's talk about it.
But isn't entrepreneurship like supposed to bring us freedom?
Exactly.
I was thinking that because there's this book that says it was called like Real CEOs Are Lazy, and it was talking about like the art of delegation, right? And it's like, do you really own the company or does the company own you?
Mic drop. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. And so like I'm striving to put myself in a position so that I can really fulfill my purpose, but also like on the beginning stages, like just be a good provider for my family, like the backbone of everything. Like I believe that, like I said, like I believe my business is an extension of myself. And so the backbone of everything that like anybody should do is like in your inner self. And so like if you're not worth X amount of dollars, like if you don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, like you're that person,
right,
then like you're never gonna be that. But like the backbone of it is like I'm excuse me, I'm striving to be the best image that God has created me to be. So I'm striving to be a good provider. I'm striving to be a good spiritual leader, a good everything that God calls a man to be.
Right. So you understand that you're called for more.
Exactly.
You're called for more. So you're not just a barber.
No.
So you say that you want to go, you're at 7 years now. So, and then you say you want to stop at year 10.
Oh, yeah.
So what is life going to look like for you? Or what do you want it to look like for you after year 10?
Okay, so me and God are still working on it a little bit.
Right.
But I know he's going to be using my voice a lot more. So I'm going to be doing more stuff like this where it's like I'm talking. I used to be called Motor Mouth when I was a kid. I used to be called like Talk Box.
Yes, same.
You?
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. And I had a revelation, dog, and God was telling me like the things that they were making fun of you growing up, the things that they were like downing you for, like I'm going to use that.
Amen.
And so like I realized that like he's going to use more of my voice. He's going to use more of my personality, the character traits that I'm carrying as a man to really like push to a broader audience.
Right.
Right now I'm only servicing possibly like 300 people every 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying?
You saying like that's not a lot of people. You that's a lot.
I mean, nah, let me chill out. But I mean, hey, all glory to God. Like it is definitely a lot.
Right.
But what I'm saying is though is like, you know, granted, I do believe in the simple fact that like if I live my whole life and only one person understands the message that God is created me to push, then I did my job, because that one could do 1,000. But like at the end of the day, like I have a vision that God gave me. It's not my vision, it's his.
Amen.
And so I'm just trying to get there.
Right.
And I'm not gonna point the finger at it. And I'm not gonna, what's the verse, bro? I'm not gonna look at the splinter in your eye when I got a plank in mine. Like,
right.
I'm looking at life like a mirror, not a window. I'm looking at you and the fingers pointing right back at me. And so it's like, I got to do what I got to do.
Right.
And you got to do what you got to do. If we all worried about inflation and worried about XYZ versus worried about like how you're going to be able to manage this. Right. Then your mind isn't necessarily in the right place.
Because at the end of the day, we're stewards. We're stewards of the gifts that God given us. Because by just talking with you, I could tell that you have the gifts of communication. Okay. Right. And that's a gift. And so much people like underplay it. And I had trouble with that as well, because growing up, I would always be that girl who just chatting. Like, Lexi, shut up. Yeah. Like, why you talk so much? And there'll be times like I'm so passionate about speaking. There'll be times like nobody's there. I'm just recording myself talk. And I will always downplay it and just envy other people's gifts. And I remember I changed my major to communication, and I was really struggling with it, because I was like, dang, like I know that there's just like this perception of it, like, you know, but I had this revelation with God, and you know, I realized that this is a gift, and and that's why I decided to like go like full into podcasting, because I've been had this podcast for like 2 years. Amen. Y'all don't know that though, because I wasn't putting nothing out, because I was ashamed of it. I was like, I was doing podcasts before it was cool for real. But it's just that, yeah, like we have to maximize the gifts that God has given us. And we have to be unashamed of it.
Absolutely.
Unashamed. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad that you know your worth. That's good. Because you've got a lot of flack.
I got a lot of what?
You got a lot of flack.
Flat. What that is?
I'm about to educate you
Okay,
on that
educate
word.
me, please.
I don't know the definition,
that
but
is
basically,
new.
like somebody saying like not a lot of positive things. Like for example, in regards to your price.
Okay.
Because I remember I put on my on my Instagram, I was like, y'all got any questions for Lil Poppy? And guess the main category that it related to was your price.
Yeah, why he charges so much?
Why he charges so much, right? But you're so confident in who you are.
Yeah.
I think that's it. It relates to how confident you feel within yourself.
Okay.
And knowing who you are. Because regardless of what anybody may say, you like, nah, bro. You could find somebody else to do it. If you want 15, it's 15 out there. You could find them. But you standing like 10 toes down because you know your worth, you know your value, you know that you're called for more. And you're like, nah, I'm sticking with this.
Yeah.
And the fact that would you say that your price has affected business for you like negatively?
Okay, so there's price raise protocol in the program that I'm in. And you're actually expected for like the first 2 weeks to the first month to possibly see a bit of a dip.
Okay.
And it's just because like people are gonna be people. And that's why like I'm constantly practicing detachment. It's really hard, honestly, because like a lot of the people I do service are people that I grew up with or people that I know and that I love.
Right, them your homeboys.
Exactly.
Some of them. Yeah.
Exactly. And so like sometimes it'd be like, dang, like I be feeling like I'm doing them green, but at the same time, like I said, God has called me for more, and I can't serve my purpose from behind the chair. I gotta buy my time back. And how am I gonna do that? Charging $15, $20. We all just gonna be in the same boat. Somebody gotta do it.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna wait for the next man to do it. Like that's just not me. And so, like, damn, what was the question? Dang, what was the question?
That's crazy. No, bro. I was basically asking, like, has your price change like negatively affected business for you?
Okay. Yeah, not majorly. I can say like it's actually been helping me. So I've been working less and making the same amount, if not a little bit more.
That's good.
Yeah. And so the idea of the coaching program that I'm in, again, shout out Joe Thompson. The idea of it is to just go hard with marketing. Something I've learned in the program is that perceived value is better than best. So better known beats best.
It does. It does.
The reason why people wear Gucci isn't because Gucci is the best brand out there. The reason why people wear Gucci is because everybody around is gonna know what they got on.
Oh man, dang! Hey, bro, shout out to that coach, bro.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And so like if you go hard, like no matter what you do, if you go hard with marketing, there's this one pastor I heard. What's his name? He's black. He be on YouTube. He be speaking on finances. Myron Goldman. He said, pull the camera out. That's what he said. He said, you making cookies, pull the camera out.
Right.
You doing hair, pull the camera out. You doing this, pull the camera. We live in a day and age where it's like marketing is so accessible.
What?
And it's like, why aren't you doing it? Because you can make so much more money just by putting it in people's faces.
Come on. Hey, bro. That's why I'm going into marketing when I graduate,
Let's
y'all.
go.
Because it's like, what good is it for you to have the best product if nobody knows about it? If nobody knows about it, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time, bruh. Pull out your camera and record it, bruh. Record it, because this is the thing. There was a research that shows, like, I think minorities, they use social media the most, right? And a lot of times we just use social media just to
consume.
And guess who we paying? Guess what? If you're not the one paying for a service, then you're the one being sold. If you're not paying, then you're the one being sold. So it's like Instagram, for example, it levels the playing field. It's an excellent marketing tool. And if somebody would just go on to your IG page, bruh, oh my gosh, your videos, everything is so hard.
Yeah,
and
I appreciate that.
When you're able to market that well, then people already walk into the room for your services with an expectation. They like, nah, this gonna snap.
Yeah.
Cause I done saw the video and that man line up with crispy. You feel what I'm saying? so they already got this expectation.
Okay.
So yeah, but I really admire, like, that's what I'm saying. So okay. Now I understand where this 65 coming from.
Can I clear up something real quick?
Clear it up.
I need to clear up something with you, but for everybody else that's been keeping up with us. Nobody or their mama is charging $65 for a lineup. I don't do that. I got $55 haircuts and $65 hair and beard. I don't even offer a lineup.
You don't?
No, I don't offer lineup services. I do not do that.
But what if somebody just wants a lineup? What if they got locks?
You can go find a barber that do that.
We gotta talk about it after the show.
It's either that or honestly you can book me because I do have people that still book me and just come get a lineup. But I'm not selling you just a lineup. I'm selling you a haircut. Now, if you decide to come sit in my chair and just ask for a lineup, I'm not gonna say no. Why would I say that? Why would I turn away money like that?
Right.
That's foolish.
But do you think you have like a group of clients that just want to line up?
Okay, so let me clear this up too. So behind the scenes, I actually still do lineups. But I do not offer them because most men are going to sit in your chair. Like most people, like let's say like I'm booked out throughout the day.
Right.
I'm booked out and I have this little tiny 20-minute time slot. These men finna go ahead and book a lineup and try to sit in my chair and get a whole haircut. Oh, you think you could do the eyebrows? You could say
Oh, so that's happened to you before.
More. Every barber can attest to this. I guarantee this is common.
So you would say like before you had like the lineup option. Did you have like an edge up option before
I did.
in your services? Oh, and you took it down.
Yeah.
Because people was wasting your time.
Wasting my time. Don't waste my time. Waste your mama time. I ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, don't waste my time, please. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to waste people's time.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and this is like common. Like it's. I have barbers who work in my barber shop that still struggle with this. They offer lineups, and people weekly come to the barber shop looking for an entire haircut after booking a lineup. I took out the lineups. Right, I took them out.
Right.
I took them out. I put haircut and beard, and then I had eyebrows. As an add-on, eyebrows and or design as an add-on.
Right.
Which was like a 5-minute or like 7-minute service. People who couldn't get a full appointment was still booking eyebrows and or design trying to get in a whole haircut. Make it make sense, Lex.
Dang. But do you think that's fair for the people that solely want to edge though, paying that same price as someone that will get a beard and some stuff taken off the top? Like, do you think it's fair for that community of people that just want to edge?
I feel like that's like per person, because like somebody I do have people who sit in my chair and think that like $55 is worth their lineup. I have people that do that, and then I have people who think I'm crazy for it.
Right.
And so like that's really per person. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't really speak on the majority because there's a different area of expertise in every aspect of life.
Okay.
I guarantee you the person who cuts Drake's grass isn't a cheap lawn care person. I guarantee you the person who is cleaning up Jeff Bezos' house isn't making
Let's talk about it.
isn't making $10 an hour, $20 an hour. What's minimum wage in Florida right now? 12. It just hit 12 September 30th. We can talk about it.
Oh, it's 12 now?
It just hit 12. Just.
Dang.
But I guarantee you they not doing no $12 dusting around the house. Like they're not doing that.
I see.
And so like there's different levels for stuff. And like again, like there's a part of me that do feel bad. Like sometimes like when I'm doing this, and it's because like I feel like I was born like into like poverty mindset and not understanding like the value of a dollar and the value of my work.
Oh my God. Oh, he coming. Okay, continue.
You know what I'm saying? And so like there were certain things that I had to learn, and I do understand too that like my brothers around me and the people around me that are like also born into this, like, you know, like the people, I'm not gonna say anything about color, but the people up the road where they see their parents making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year. They see big brother going to college. We think that they not like brainwashed. We think they blessed. They brainwashed into knowing money is a congruent thing. Whereas like people in like minority communities, we grew up seeing older brother, you know, in and out of jail selling dope. We see daddy not around. We see mama going to work and handling up on all the bills and being both the man and the women in the house. Yeah. It's just perception. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like I understand that like the people up the road, they willing to pay that $55 for whatever.
You're right.
Just because it's them. It's staying between them. But like when we come down into minority groups, it's like we're not willing to do that. And it just, to me, it just goes down to priorities, because it's like, you willing to spend $35 every day on an eighth that's gonna last you nothing but,
Oh man. Ooh.
that ain't gonna last you nothing but the day.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna last you nothing but two spliffs, 2 blunts, 2 backwoods. You squeezing 2.0 into a back. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you gonna spend that $35-$40 on some za.
That lasts a day.
That's gonna last you a day, and you not complaining.
So keep on going. Keep going.
I was saying, quite frank, like, people who out here selling gas, they be selling you the same thing they were selling you last week for $5-$10 more.
I agree.
And you so stuck on the fact of you trying to, feel this thing of temporariness that you okay for paying that. You okay. Oh yeah, this relax me. This get me in my mind. This get me in my groove. This get me. It ain't doing nothing but burning your money.
Right.
You literally smoking your money away. I done been there, done that. So I openly speak on it. Like,